guys, welcome back. Because finally, I didn't think it'd get any better, any more consistent. But I was just working on the deck the entire day, and then it just came to me. I was like, wait, this is and it's so good. Like, dude, it is. I haven't bricked once, like once. Of course, it is possible, but the entirety of the day, which is hours of just testing, just watch, just go ahead and like let me just play this, right? I didn't like brick at all. It's just so consistent, man. Like, it's just super consistent. It's like way more consistent than any of the Synchro builds or any of the junk builds that I tried to do. The fact that you just utilize the Brax sequence is just insane. And the fact that the little guys, the Boost Warrior and Turbo Booster, just serve as like I said, as a call by the grave, because if they stop your Brax and then it's fine. You just special summon your Turbo Booster and then go into the Mecha Phantom Beast link, and then try to like get something going, you know? And then hopefully you draw into more extenders like these guys, because like something that I kept doing was top decking into these and then synchro summoning into Meta Marcher. Like, look at this. Like, this board is not that like insane. Like, it's not. But the whole showcase of this is the fact that you can get to this consistently and get to the librarian draws consistently, and you can draw into your hand traps, right? You can draw Impermanence, Failure, Ash. Like, Ash is the only one that's once per turn, like hard once per turn. But Impermanent, you can draw. There's the turn where I drew triple Imperm and triple Veiler, and I was like, what the hell? And all I had was just a Crocker Dragon. Like, that's insane. Like, it's crazy. And then you have so many. Your top decks are so good. But just dude, look at this. He tries to bait me in 1 second. Okay, I just go ahead and shotgun the Veiler, because I know he's trying to sequence off with his Guardian. So he wants to use something and then use the Guardian to negate. And so I had to preemptively do it, because I can't. Otherwise, he'll dodge the Veiler, he'll dodge the Imperm, and you see what I mean. Let's go on. He's reborn. So he's persistent. He wants to do that sequence where he wants to lead me into a trap. So I can, you know. So it's like, yeah. So I Veilered again. So he has no other solution other than just go on with his play and attempt to try to do it. But look, like, it's just too much. Too many hand traps. Yeah. Right here, I don't know why he didn't pop the back row. Like, if he popped the back row, the Imperm would have been dead. Unless he doesn't play the Phoenix. That might be it. Like, unless he doesn't play Phoenix. That's probably why, but like, look at that. And there's Imperm the Brax. And like, I don't know, it just I'm just really excited about the deck. Like, I'm trying to source everything I can. I'm trying to get the physical, the actual deck, so I can give you the deck profile and actually have like the cards in hand. It's a better feel, and I can be able to like explain it like in depth, like while holding the card and reference it like you know, it's in physical form. Because like, although it's you guys have it as like I've shown you guys a deck list on here, right? But for whatever reason, the IRL ones, the real life ones, they just seem more intriguing, right? They captivate more because it's like they're actual cards, you know. Look at this. That's the Putter Avarice. You go through it so easily with this deck. It's so, oh my god, like, dude, look at this. See, sometimes you do these weird plays where like I open the O line, right, and then it's like I had to put Avarice back and then at least end on something, you know, because like the fact that you have a Popper, a Sponge Trap Brigade, a Veiler, and an Ash, that's 4 interruptions, right? That's crazy with setup. And then the following turn, you just try to like see what you can do, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this. I'm pretty okay. I still need to get the Brax. I still need to get the Mecha Phantom Beast link. I need to get the Boost Warriors, the Turbo Boosters. Look at this guy. Yeah, so I was thinking like, yeah, I was saving this for the pill or the miscellaneous orders. So it's kind of weird. And the reason why I shotgun this, I just watch this already. Yeah, I shotgun the Crocker Dragon because there's times where like it doesn't let me respond. Like it just cuts and then he'll overlay, and then so I don't want to risk it. So I'll just like, cause it's weird. These simulators are like that sometimes, where like you try to respond but you can't. Like even though like you put always chain, and so yeah, so that's why I shotgunned it, cause like cause you just Doka and then it would just like, you know, like run over my guy, which what I don't want to happen. But yeah, then you go ahead and do it, and he scoops. And like any other combo deck, right? You have the vulnerability of when you go against a backer deck, right? Like if you go second against a backer deck, and you don't have the resources to like push past like a strike, push past like like if for example like it's Ultra Guys, if you can't get past the bounce, get past the protocol, get past the strike, it can be a little problematic. But that's what games 2 and 3 are for, right? You just go ahead and side accordingly. And it makes the matchup a bit more easier because you know exactly what to do. You just gotta put in back row hate. But I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. Honestly, it's just so cool. Like it's so consistent. Like I said, I didn't brick once. Well, I lie. I bricked once out of like 20 games. You know, and it's like, and I only got stopped probably like twice or max 3 times. Because like because they need to have the right hand traps to stop. Like apart from Nibiru, right? Apart from Nibiru, you're in a safe zone. But this deck can if you open up the Tenny hang on, let me go ahead and show you. Oh, I think he just scooped. I think the server was disconnecting, but I'm not sure what he had. But let me go ahead and show you a deck list. Alright, so here's the deck list. Okay, so it's if you didn't notice in the replay, I did not trigger Doppel once. That's because I took him out. Because I wanted to just get to the core, get to like I do with all the decks, all these high sequence decks. Like of course high ceilings are nice, you know, like it's cool to have a high ceiling. It's all flashy, but when you want to take these type of decks like competitively, especially when it's like a rogue option, you need to be very precise in your card choices, because otherwise you're just not going to get very far, because consistency is a big factor in what makes the deck be able to compete at the top tier level, right? Because the top tier decks are consistent, right? They're consistent in what they do, and they're powerful in what they do as well. So you need to at least keep up with your consistency, although the ceiling might not be as insane, but like for what this deck can do it's pretty amazing. Okay, so so the main goal, right, is just make Brax as consistent as possible and as often as possible, right? And then once that sequence resolves, that sequence leads you to Librarian. Librarian, you're gonna synchro climb. Typically, you'll go either Formula Synchron or Shaman, and then into Meta Marcher, and then into Charge, and then into Croco Dragon. And then after that, if you draw into your extenders, which is these guys, which is the whole purpose of this deck, to be able to have this as a viable option, have this or this, and then just sequence off and just synchro into your Dragster, synchro into your Crystal Wing, synchro into your Savage after the fact, right? And if you don't get to that, then odds are you'll draw into this instead. You'll draw into your hand traps. So instead of drawing your extenders, you'll draw into hand traps, right? And then you'll be able to slow your opponent down on their turn, and then try to finish off the game on your following turn, right? That's the whole purpose of the deck, if it were just to get to the point. Okay, so the one thing I like about this deck is that you can play a Nibiru, right? Because it's a bit depleting, right? You need to utilize majority of your hand to do so, but still the fact that you can do it is it's amazing, right? So what you need to do is open up the Tenyi, right? Open up this and this, or and then this summons your lefty. Your lefty, you increase this level, right? And then you make Herald here, right? And then if you open up any of your extenders, either this guy's or this guy's, then you just search it and then you special it, right? So you have a Herald on board, Herald on board, and you have this, and you make a Brax, right? So you can dodge Nibiru that way. But sometimes people try to bait you and they try to Ash, because once Herald's on the field, you don't have to worry about this, because you can't use this on the Herald. So the only thing that you have to worry about once you get to that point is Ash, or imperm, right? Because that's the only way they can sequence off the Nibiru to resolve. So if you want to not be vulnerable to that situation, you need to open either a second one of these. So you need to open up two of these or a way to this, right? Because you need the fact that it's a machine. So what I mean is, you do the play, right? Special, summon, special, make herald, special, special, right? You make Brax. If your Brax gets stopped, like Ash or imperm, right? Then you're gonna be contemplating should I negate it with herald, but you're not out of like you're not out of danger yet because the Debru's the main like your main trouble, right? So then you hold it, right, and then if you can have this one or another way to get to this, then you special it and make the Mega Phantom Beast, right, and then you just sequence off there, like you just bring out your Lion and then just try going to like a Savage, right? So you end on you still end on Savage and Herald at the least, right, with potential hand traps, and at least you won't be defenseless, right? But that's like worst case scenario. That's like trying to play smart. But if you just don't, then that means you have these as combo extenders, and then this will fulfill this sequence and that sequence and this sequence, and then into this and then into that, and then you know like it's just really cool. Like the entire day it's Sunday for when I record this video. It's just amazing, man. I'm really having fun with this deck. So of course when you go second. Games 2 and 3, the dynamic of the deck has to change because your opponent knows what you're playing now, so they know the type of deck you're playing. So their side deck or their main deck will either change according to what I guess how they assess your deck, right? So like this is not a side deck. This is just stuff I was trying out. I was trying out this and this as well, like just to prevent the just to like make sure just persistent, make sure the Brax doesn't get stopped. But yeah, so like let's say your side deck would be like Cosmics, Evenlies, Dark Lunar Moors. I like the Decrola because you can search it with this, and it's good against Eldritch. And it's decent against Adamant Spitter if I guess if you don't want to put anything else. You just because yeah, because like you can just hit like a random block dragon, like just just banish it. But like yeah, no, yeah. Apart from that, I don't know. Like just side deck according to whatever it is that your region plays, right? Like the majority, because it comes down to that. And then within the main deck, right? The only thing I might consider doing is playing 2 Lion, because it has come up where I just don't want to draw it. Like I don't, like you just don't want to. You want to make sure it stays in the deck, cause otherwise you're gonna be in awkward scenarios where like you saw one of the clips. I had to like find a way to make this live and then return it, and then use the effect and then make a dragster with the librarian. Right, that's what I did. But you don't want to be in a situation though. You want to be able to have the peace of mind that okay, the odds of me drawing into both is not likely. So I'm never gonna draw into it, so it's never gonna be in that situation ever again. Of course you can still, but like it reduces the chances. Apart from that, everything in the extra deck, well, the only thing that's like would be these two, but they're just like generically good. Like why would you not play it, right? But like if the ones that I go into the least is probably these two, right? Probably Crystalling the least, but Savage is like not far behind, because like but the main combo I end on is just a Herald, a Dragster, and a Croco Dragon, and with hand traps, and then yeah, I miss Starlight Warrior, I miss Corian Gandrax because it lets me just clear boards and just push for big damage, and it's just spot removal. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up like replacing them for this. If you're on a budget and like you can get a hold of everything but the Savage, because Savage is like what like pretty expensive. Everything else is pretty cheap. Apart from the Brax, these are they're not too expensive, like $10+. Imperm, I guess you don't have to play. You can play Call of the Grave if you want, but it's just very useful. Like going second, like you just imperm like a Dark Law, imperm like a Savage, or if you draw multiple imperm, just imperm the whole field and then summon Righty and just go off. But yeah, like apart from that, I'm not too sure. Like this deck, the way it is now, I'm really enjoying it. So I'll put the deck list in the description, so you can download it and on Dueling Book, or then you just export it, and then you can download it onto your Audio Pro too. But any suggestions? Just change it up. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching, man.